Hi, my name is Craig Baird. Here at the Australian National Surfing Museum, we have hundreds of items on display to help tell the story of Australian surfing. In our archive, we have thousands of items that are all pieces of the Australian surfing puzzle. So it's great for us to be able to join those things together to make some links between people, places, photographs. In this case, this is a photograph from Snow McAllister from DY in the early 60s. And so I know that we've got footage of Denny Keogh, the pioneer surfboard builder, and Mark Rabbage, also a surfboard shaper, talking about what they recall about Sydney's first surf shop. Hope you enjoy it.
It was opened by a friend of mine, Ken Bevan, and at DY. And this guy was a real character. He had a small business lending people money after they lost it all gambling. So that was his business. And he used to live with me in a house in Addison Road. And anyway, he got the idea of renting surfboards. And I kind of thought, no, surfers are individualistic at this point. They want their boards the way they want them. They can't come in and just take something off the rack. It just wasn't on for them, as it turns out it is. But anyway, so he decided to combine his money lending with a shop at DY in Howard Avenue, I think it was. So that was it, DY Surf Shops. And he'd come around to me and he'd say, "Danny, I've got to have your boards in there." I said, "Mate, there's not enough room. The margins will be awful." And he said, "I don't care, I just want them. I'll jack them up. But I'll jack the retail up at my end." I said, "Well, you've got 7 or 8 manufacturers in Brookvale just around the corner from you, so I don't think that's going to work either." But anyway, full marks to him. He gave it a go, and he's another guy who eventually was saved by clothing and accessories becoming a huge part of the retail surf business. They were all called DY Surf Shop, but they were all over the place. He had one at Cronulla, he had one out west somewhere. He had quite a few of them.
The first surf shop that I can ever recall was in just up the road from DY Beach, and I remember the guy, we used to walk past it every day going back to Narrowena with a surfboard on the head, on my towel wrapped up on my head, you know. And and yeah, that was the first surf shop to my knowledge that started. And the guy didn't have any surfboards. He couldn't get them. Couldn't get surfboards. But back then, you could actually sell a second-hand surfboard for more than a new surfboard. That must have been about 64 when it was just going crazy, you know. And there was a lot of 63, 64 it would have been when surfing had really hit. And yeah, that surf shop, I could still remember, he had no surfboards, and he used to say to us kids, you know, "You get any surfboards, I'll buy them off you." You know, and we did get a few surfboards for him, and you know, they were shockers, you know, all shrunk up and just terrible things, you know. And I bought one off him once that had been broken in half. It had splayed out stringers and it had broken off where the stringers were and had been patched up. And see, once again, that was a shorter board. That was only 8 foot long, broken off from like a 9-footer, and a big square tail on it. And I surfed that in DY Basin, and it went all right, you know, it went fine. But that was also delaminating, and you know, they were just crap, you know.